Did Studio Mappa improve or ruin Hajime Isayama's manga?
Shut up and sit down.
Yo, what's good? It's a boy Dude Reviews and heavy spoilers for episode 84. We see a lot more of the city in the flashback scene. We see more carriages and horses on the street, and I prefer the perspective in the manga version. Studio Mappa moved Sean's wife and child to the right hand side in the anime, and they also added a photo frame of Sean and his wife. We don't see too much of Sean's head in the anime version, but he looks a little bit happier in the anime versus the manga. Either the camera is zoomed in or that baby's head is pretty damn big in the anime. We don't get to see too much of Hanji Zoe's face in the anime version. We get a close-up shot of Jean's face versus this wide shot of Hanji talking to Jean in the manga. We get a wide shot of the destroyed Shinganshina district buildings in the background versus this close-up shot of Mikasa and Hanji in the manga. Jean looks way more knackered in the manga version. Mappa are in love with Hanji's lips in the anime versus the manga. Mappa made Mikasa a lot more prettier in the anime versus the manga, plus she looks a lot less startled in the anime versus the manga. Instead of having a reaction shot of Jean, Mikasa and Hanji, we just get a bunch of tables and windows. Jean looks a lot more concerned and agitated in the manga versus the anime. We just get a close-up shot of Hanji versus this wide shot of Hanji, Jean and Mikasa in the manga. We see a little bit more of Hanji's face in the manga version, plus there's sweat dripping down her face in the manga. Mikasa and Jean are standing very close together in the anime versions versus the manga, where they're quite separated from one another. We get a side view shot of Mikasa and Jean versus the manga version. Mikasa and Jean are not in frame when Hanji is sitting at the desk with all the dead scouts standing behind her. Michi is standing on the right hand side, but in the anime he's standing on the left. Plus Hanji is looking towards the right instead of the left in the manga. Mappa went all out with this Owen face character design. Beautiful. Although his nose is a little bit bigger versus the manga and the Wit Studio version. Michi is also on the left in the anime for some reason. We don't see the other rando dead scouts in the background standing next to Marco. We just get a solo shot of Marco, but his freckles aren't that clearly shown in the anime. We just barely see Levi in this beautiful wide shot from manga to anime. Mappa did a brilliant job with this scene. We get a wide shot of Magif holding his wine bottle versus this close-up shot in the manga. Hanji is not in view in the anime versus the manga. Plus it looks like Armin grew a few inches in the anime versus the manga. He looks so tiny. Jean looks a lot more frantic in the manga versus the anime. We get a front view shot of Rhino, Gabby and Falco, plus that cart titan lip action in the background versus the manga where it's a side view of them. Maga seems to be looking more to the side versus the manga. Jean's back is completely turned around in the manga versus the anime. You actually see Liana and Onion Coupon, plus Raina, Gabby and Falco and Magif are all in view with Peak in the background versus the manga where it's just Annie, Connie, Mikasa, Jean and Armin. This time around we get Connie and Armin standing next to Mikasa, but in the manga it's just a close-up shot of Mikasa alone. I love the cheeky little smile Annie gives to Mikasa in the anime version. There are far more streak lines going down Mikasa's face in the manga, but in the anime they sort of held back on those streak lines and we see more of Mikasa's face. Connie looks a lot more freaked out by Mikasa in the anime versus the manga. Look at his face, man. Damn son, Mappa went all out with this beautiful Annie shot right here. We see more of her face, her lips, her nose and her hair versus the manga. Well done, Mappa. The manga shows Hanji looking a lot more freaked out by this whole situation versus the anime. Even Gabby and Falco looked a lot more freaked out with sweat dripping down their faces. Onyankopon is actually about to stand up in the manga, but in the anime he's just kneeling. Hanji-san, Falco-kun and Campfire-chan are completely removed from the anime. We don't see Mikasa's lips in the anime. This scene is completely redesigned from manga to anime. I don't know which one I preferred, but I do like Annie's expression in the manga. It definitely shows her looking a lot more vulnerable in the manga versus the anime, but in the anime she looks a lot more serious. We don't see Mikasa, Connie, Armin or Campfire-chan in the anime version. There are a lot more trees in the background in the anime, plus we don't get a full shot of Jean's brothers drinking that water in that bucket, man. Yelena looks a lot more mad and furious in the manga versus the anime. I loved her face in that manga. Look at it. We see more of the Card Titan's face in the anime. Yelena isn't in view in the anime. We have a close-up shot of of Yelena Robin Peak's body in the anime. The anime closes up on Reina's face a lot more than the manga. We don't see Hanji or Jean in this shot with Annie. MAPPA completely flipped this scene around with Armin. Jean is actually smiling in the anime versus the manga. We get a close-up shot of Jean's face versus the manga where we get a close-up shot of him holding the wine bottle. Once again, MAPPA flipped this scene around of Annie and Reina. MAPPA once again cut some wonderful facial shots of Reina explaining to Jean about what happened to Marco and replaced it with some beautiful trees. I guess it's to show and symbolize the children leaving the forest in a way that our boy Papa Brass was talking to Gabby about. We actually see Jean in view in the anime. Plus the anime makes Connie look a lot more down in the dumps. We just get a close-up shot of Jean's face with a lot more streak lines going down his eyes. Plus we don't see Annie, Reina or Magath. We get a bird's eye view shot of the Avengers sitting around the campfire in the anime. We get a series of different character reaction shots of Jean punching up Reina versus this one panel shot of all of them reacting to him in the manga. MAPPA did an excellent job smashing up Reina's face. I mean, this dude looks completely bloodied up. We actually see Yelena and Onyekapon in the background versus the manga. We do not get to see Mikasa, Armin, Jean, or Connie, or Falco, with Gabby bowing to Sean Christine. Gabby looks a lot more injured in the manga version. We get a close-up shot of Gabby tearing her eyes out versus Falco looking at her as she's crying in the manga. We get a full wide shot of our boy Levi Ackerman waking up. We see more of Jean's profile character design in the anime versus the manga. We see more of Reina's face as Jean is trying to wake him up. Plus it looks like he's trying to grab him with two hands versus the one hand he did in the manga. We actually see Yelena and Onyekapon in the background in the anime. We get some angle changes of the horses and the carriages as they're walking along the rocky road. The anime removes Reina, Annie and Jean in this view. MAPPA made Peak rising up from her cart tire a lot more elegant and graceful. We actually see more of the horizon of the scene in the manga versus the anime, but damn son, MAPPA went all out making the Hogwarts Express looking absolutely fantastic. I do like this dramatic Dutch tilt angle of Flock holding the gun with Miss Azumabito sitting down, and that's about it. Tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of these changes from manga to anime. Did you like them? Did you hate them? What do you think about the extended tree scenes? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more Attack on Titan reactions, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, Aborted Reviews signing out.